Hello class 7, this is Seema Singh. We are studying chapter 3, the Delhi Sultans of history. So in my previous video, I explained you about the political condition of India between 7th to 12th century. So according to that video, Delhi became an important city only in the 12th century. Now question arises, who made Delhi their capital and when? Students, Delhi was made capital by Tomar Rajput rulers. Tomars were defeated by Chahmans. Chahmans also established their kingdom in Delhi, and Delhi was made capital by them. So under Tomar and Chauhan dynasties, Delhi became commercial center also. So now our next question is, what is Dehliwal? Now you may see here Dehliwal. So coins minted here called Dehliwal, and it had a very wide circulation, means in that adjacent areas also, and in the subcontinent also it was circulated for trade, and also it was accepted by other rulers. So now students, let us discuss about the Sultanate of Delhi. I had already informed you about the previous video that Prithviraj Chauhan was defeated by Muhammad Ghori. So in 1192, in second battle of Tarai, the defeat of battle laid the foundation of Muslim rule in India. Muhammad Ghori was murdered in AD 1206, students. So he had no successor, means he had no son or daughter. So his generals declared themselves independent in different parts of his empire. So one of his general was Qutbuddin Aibak. Who was Qutbuddin Aibak? Qutbuddin was a slave of Muhammad Ghori, and he was appointed as, because he was very loyal to his master and also very able military commander. So he was made general of his province. So this Qutbuddin Aibak assumed control of Muhammad Ghori's Indian possession and laid the foundation of Delhi Sultanate. So the rulers of Delhi, look here in the table. The period between 1206 to 1526 means by the end of Lodi dynasty, 1526. So it is known as Sultanate dynasty or Delhi Sultanate. So the period is known as Delhi Sultanate. This is because, why this period is known as Delhi Sultanate? This is because the rulers of this period were known as sultans, and they ruled from their capital city only. Means they started, they made their capital in Delhi. So students, you may have a look here. Delhi sultans started ruling in Delhi, and afterwards they started capturing adjacent areas and expanded their territory also. Not only in North India, they expanded their territory in South India also. So after this short description, I want to tell you about Qutbuddin Aibak, something more about Qutbuddin Aibak. So this early Turkish ruler or the slave dynasty, which was found by Qutbuddin Aibak, was also known as slave dynasty or Mamluk dynasty, because its three army sultans themselves, like Qutbuddin Aibak, Shamsuddin and Ghiyasuddin Balban, all were slaves of Qutbuddin, who himself was trusted slave of Muhammad Ghori. Means Qutbuddin was also slave, Shamsuddin Iltutmish was also slave, and Ghiyasuddin Balban was also slave. So they were very trusted slave generals, and that is why they got success in establishing Turkish rule or Sultanate in India. So let us know something more about this Qutbuddin Aibak. Qutbuddin was the founder of the slave dynasty. He was well known for his courage, fighting skills. He was a very good commander, military commander, and organizational abilities was also there. He ruled only 4 years. During his reign, he devoted his entire attention in strengthening his position and kingdom. He was also a very kind-hearted ruler and a very just and generous ruler. Due to his generosity, he was called Lakh Baksh. What name was given to him? Lakh Baksh. So students, I am writing here. Lakh Baksh. It means giver of lakhs. He gave large sums of money in charity. So Qutbuddin also built 2 mosques in Delhi. One in Delhi and two mosques he made. One in Delhi, that is known as Quwwat al-Islam, and other one at Ajmer, that is called Adhai Din Ka Jhopda. He also started the construction of Qutub Minar, but due to his sudden death at Lahore, his successor Iltutmish completed it. Later, Firoz Shah Tughlaq added 5th and last story of it. Qutub Minar was used a minaret by the muezzin or to summon Muslims for prayer. So this was the place for prayer also. And after Qutbuddin, he was succeeded by his son, but soon he was replaced by Shamsuddin Iltutmish, the son-in-law of Qutbuddin Aibak. So he made various reforms. Iltutmish first suppressed his rivals, means enemies, and secured his throne. Those who wanted to capture or control the throne, so he suppressed and get rid of them. And afterward, he by his diplomatic skills, because he was also a very good ruler, he saved himself and his kingdom from Mongol invasion led by Genghis Khan. Also, he organized the ruling nobility of the period called Chalisa. He divided his empire into small and big pieces of land called Iktas. He introduced silver coins and copper coins. Silver coins were known as Taka and copper coins were known as Jeetal. These coins were used during the Sultanate period. He completed the Qutub Minar and built his own tomb in red sandstone in Delhi. He died in 1236 AD. And after Iltutmish, his daughter Rajia sat on the throne. So tomorrow I'll tell you about the about next 2 rulers of Delhi Sultanate. Till then, take care.